Hello, everyone. This is Michelle Mickey Jones, and I am coming to you as the owner and creative the owner and creative force behind Michelle's Visual Imaginations. And if you're catching this on the replay, I thank you for joining. Please just type #replay, and if you have any questions, please type in full sentences and I'll be glad to answer them for you. As tonight we're going to talk about the things that I'm learning as I build my platform. And if you don't mind, you can hit the share button right down here. Is the share button. So you can hit the share button, or it might pop up over here on your screen. But either way, you can hit the share button if I'm saying something that might be beneficial to you or someone else that you would like to get this information for. So again, this is Michelle Mickey Jones, and what I wanted to talk to you about is the things that I am learning as I build my platform. Now, one thing that we have to understand is that building an audience is not easy. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes energy. It takes determination and consistency, and it takes a very big piece of you. And that's the important part. Because when no one else shows up on your lives, or no one else responds to your post, or no one else engages with you, you still have to be there. That's one of the biggest lessons that I'm learning in building my audience. That's my platform. I want my services to be available to you. So in order for me to do that, I have to tell you what they are. Whether you're listening now or listening later, you still need to know what they are. And what makes me so credible in my ability to offer them to you. Am I going to win you over immediately? No. But hopefully by being consistent in my delivery to you, and being consistent in my vulnerability to you, and being consistent in my authenticity with you, we can build a relationship. Via it through live, via it through communications on inbox, email, whatever the case may be. Whether you visit my website, which by the way is www.sistaskeeper, SISTASKEEPR.com, and check out what I offer there, or whether or not you follow me here on Facebook in my online community, or on my business page at facebook.com/Michelle's Writings. Either way, I need to engage with you, and I need to always be consistent in the story that I'm telling you for the services that I'm offering to you. So the one thing that I wanted to start with that I am learning in building my platform is the one thing that I do regardless, and that is to write. So when it comes to being expressional in your writing, that's what you have to do. You have to write. And I have some notes here that I'm going to refer to, so you'll see me looking away every now and then to just make sure that I stay on point with the information that I want to give you. So like I said, the first thing is what I already do as the creative design behind Michelle's Visual Imaginations, and it's write. I write every single day. And the note that I wrote is to tell you that practice makes it perfect. You're not striving for perfection, but when I talk about being perfect, I mean getting better. Writing in itself is easy. Being expressional in that writing and sharing it is not so easy. But if you do it every single day, if you write something every single day, whether it's a line or a phrase or it's just a word, if you write something every single day, you'll see that you make a habit of writing, and then that makes the process that much more easier when it comes time to put it all together. So it says on my notes that it's the repetition that makes it effortless. And truly it is. It is the repetition that makes it effortless. Because you build a habit, and I've been told over time that it takes 6 weeks to build a habit. So take the next 6 weeks and see if you can build that habit. And that means for the next 6 weeks, you write something every single day without fail. Doesn't matter what time you write it, as long as you write it. Get you a journal, get you a notebook, get you some post-it notes or whatever. Don't pull them apart. Just every single day for the next 6 weeks, write something down. It could be a thought, it could be a phrase, it could be a word, it can be a feeling. It could just be a smiley face, as long as you write. That helps in keeping you, 1, writing every day, 2, consistent. So if you're consistent first with yourself, you can be consistent and show consistency with all those things that follow. Okay? The next thing is to make sure that your writing is effective. So once you take that 6 weeks and you build that new habit, make sure that what you write is effective. It's not always about and how you deliver what you say. It's the delivery of what you say. Meaning that your words have power. So make sure that what you're saying is beneficial to someone else, not just to you, because you were your first recipient of your words. So make sure that your words have an effective purpose. So if you're doing self-help, make sure that the words that you use promote self-help. If you are doing marriage counseling or divorce counseling, make sure that the words that you use are geared towards that genre. If you are doing children's stories, make sure that the words that you use are effective in making a result or producing a result in children. Okay, so that's what I mean by making sure that these things, these words that you use are effective. So this also helps you to build relationships. Remember, we're building a platform here. And these are the things that I'm learning as I build my own platform. Because regardless of the fact that I have been writing for almost 30 something years, this will be the first few last years, maybe the last 2 years, that I'm beginning to share my writings. So I'm learning too. So I have step 1 down pat. I write every day. I keep a notebook by my bed. I keep post-it notes in my pocketbook. I write when I'm at work. I write on my computer. I type it into my phone, or I voice it into my phone. So every day I'm writing for one reason or another. If it's just a simple thought, if I heard a song that I like the lyrics to, if I see a billboard sign, I write. Step 1, I already have. Step 2, I'm effective. I know that I'm effective because my latest book, Unchained My Legacy, is extremely effective in its delivery, in the story that I was telling for that piece of work. My poetry books are extremely effective. Those are the poems that I use when I do my open mic nights. I'm effective in that area. So what I'm saying has purpose. Number 3, stay focused. We become so distracted by outside forces. And not to say that those outside forces aren't important, but we become distracted and they take away from us writing and being effective in our writing. We get distracted by telephone calls. We get distracted by noise. We get distracted by the TV. We get distracted by the children. We get distracted by baseball and soccer and football practice and choir rehearsal, till we forget to do that thing that makes us feel good, which is writing. So be mindful of your distractions and always take time to get into your little corner and devote some time to yourself. You have to understand the purpose of your writing. This can be put off by distractions. So whatever it takes to regain your focus, please regain your focus. Okay? Number 4, stop worrying about being a good writer. I'm working on that right now. That's the one thing that I am definitely working on. I'm a perfectionist, and I want every word to be in its right place and sound syntextually correct. I want it to enunciate well. I want all of those things because that's that OCD in me. But I'm learning to stop worrying about being a good writer. Because point be known, you are a good writer. I am a good writer. We just need time to get it to where we want it to be, to get it to that right audience. And be prepared for the haters. Not everyone is going to like what you write. Not what you talk about, not what you speak on, not what you write about. So be prepared mentally for some people to just completely ignore your writings. That does not mean that you are not a good writer. What that means is that that person is not your audience. Simple as that. Other people's opinions about what you write is exactly that. Their opinion. Again, number 3, don't be distracted by that. Stay focused. Stay prepared and stay focused. Okay? I have perfectionist tendencies. I have to get over those perfectionist tendencies. And understand that when you get to writing and you start to compile your writings, if it sounds like it's done, it's done. Simple as that. If the sentence has an action and a result, if the prose, which we use in poetry, has an action and a result, it's done. No need to perfect it. No need to change the words in it. If those were the first words that you came along with, other than grammatical changes and changes in your spelling, even if you forget punctuation, maybe it flows better without the period. Okay? Stop being a perfectionist when it comes to writing. That's what editors are for. That's what proofreaders are for. But you as a writer, don't worry about it. Just write it. So, what are we talking about? We are talking about the things that I'm learning as I learn to build my platform. I'm not trying to keep this a secret, hence my live. I'm trying to share my experience with you to encourage you. So 1, the first thing is write every day. Number 2, make sure that your writings are effective. Number 3, stay focused. Number 4, stop worrying. At the end of the day, and in the beginning of the morning, and throughout it all, you are a good writer. Whether you keep it to yourself or you share your story with the world, it does not take away from the fact that you are a good writer. So, this is Michelle Mickey Jones, and I'm coming to you to discuss the things that I'm learning as I learn to build on my platform.